let's talk about the area of a parallelogram. Area of a parallelogram is given by the base times height, the base of the parallelogram and the height of the parallelogram. Now, over here we have a parallelogram, and we want to quickly discuss what does it mean for a shape to be a parallelogram? What's the key feature? The key feature for any four-sided shape to be a parallelogram is to have both the opposite pair of sides to be parallel. So the top and bottom side has to be parallel, and the left and the right sides have to be parallel. And for any two lines to be parallel, just look at this. You have to imagine those sides being extended up and down here, and this side also being extended. And imagine these two sides after extending, the gap between them is not changing. So the gap between them, or the distance between them, is same. It remains constant. So these two lines are parallel. Let's look at the other two sides. Here, I've just sort of, you're imagining that these two lines have been extended. You don't have to use a manipulator like this. You don't have to use a tool to do that in an actual question, in a problem solving. You just need to think about extending it to be sure of any two lines to be parallel. Now look at this top and bottom line. The gap between them is not changing. If it goes like this, if the side length goes like that, that would be non-parallel side. So right now it's a parallel side. So we have two pairs of sides parallel in a parallelogram, and that's the key feature. So we'll just leave that for a moment and look at the formula once again. So let's substitute the values in that. Area of a parallelogram will be base, and we have another parallelogram over here with our side measurements given. So the base over here is given to be 10 centimeters. So I'm just going to replace base by 10 centimeter times height of this parallelogram is given to be 20 centimeter. So just times by height, and that's going to be 200 centimeters square, because that's an area. So area has to be represented in centimeter squares. And that's it. But before we end this video, I just wanted to tell you, some students may think this is the height. Now remember, this is a side length, and it's tilted, it's slanting. So this is not the height of the parallelogram. Height is always 90 degree to the base. Remember that. So if you want to find out the height, you need to know this length, this straight length, that's your height. Okay, so that's your height, or it's given over here, which is 20. This slant length will be longer than the height, so don't consider this as your height ever, and that's the base. So just be mindful of that. That's it. Enjoy.